Good morning, everyone. Trust we are doing good. And welcome to another amazing webinar that we'll be holding this week. We'll be talking about take profit and stop loss, the smart trader's guide to take profit and stop loss. I'm your host, Akinwale Chibike, and in this webinar, we'll be doing a lot of things like I always deliver value to everybody on the call. First off, like I always do, I start with appreciation. For those that have been joining my session consistently, the likes of Moses, Falano, Hill, Hope, Christian, Ayodeji, Troops, Francis, the likes of everybody who has been joining my webinar consistently. I say a very big thank you. And also, yes, let's do the mic check now. I should have done the mic check earlier, but I didn't do that. Yeah, let's do the mic check. So if you can hear me loud and clear, do drop something in the chat box. Thank you. Okay. If you can hear me loud and clear, do drop something in the chat box. An emoji, yes. If you can hear me, yes, if you can hear me, an emoji of your choice. Something to just let's get this party started. Okay, it's a big party. And we're talking about stop us and take profit in this party. So let's get it started. Okay. I'll make reference back to the last class we held last week, Tuesday. We talked about pips and lot sizes, okay, pips and lot sizes. And when we talked about pips and lot sizes, we explained the concept behind pips and calculating pips in long situation and short situations in the financial markets. When we're buying, we calculated the pips, how to calculate pips when we're buying and how to calculate pips when we're selling. And also we talked about lot sizes, the type of lot sizes we had, the micro, mini, and standard. And also I used the scenario of a cabbage seller, and also I used the scenario of you going to a supermarket to buy something and the price increases. We used all those scenarios, and you know every single time I do you life examples to explain everything I teach in the financial market, so everybody can understand how these things work and how they are related to life scenarios, because everything we do in the market is relative to everything we do in life scenarios. So there's nothing really huge about that or fancy about the market. It's very simple. Everybody can learn about the financial markets, and if you believe the financial markets is too difficult for you, you can't learn about the financial markets. At EGM, we have the perfect product for you, which is the copy trade platform. So today I'll be majoring around the copy trade platform before I hop onto the topic. So the copy trade platform is very simple. You come to us as a client, we give you access to a platform where you have access. Actually, you have access to thousands of consistently profitable traders, and we walk you through on setting up the platform and also give you tips on traders to follow. And also, you have full charge of the account, of your trading account. You can reduce the number of trades the trader takes on the platform. You can increase the number of trades the trader takes on your trading account. Okay, and I know somebody would ask this question, or anybody might ask this question: am I on the platform where traders can copy trades? No, I'm not. I'm not on the platform. There are other traders there. They are on the platform, but me, I'm not on the platform. Okay, but I do use the platform also, so I should know how my clients that go through the platform are doing quite well. Okay, so for you to be able to use the copy trade platform, you must have a trading account with us, and it's very simple. Setting up a trading account with us is very simple. You need to go to Eagle Global Markets. Global Markets.com. Okay, EagleGlobalMarkets.com. Just go to EagleGlobalMarkets.com, and let me just pop up my screen to show you that real quick. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like. EagleGlobalMarkets.com. Okay, EagleGlobalMarkets.com. This is what it looks like on the front screen or the home page. You see the login, one click demo. You want to open a live account. Okay, you want to open a live account. And if you want to check out our demo platform, fine, you can check out our demo platform, but you could just open live, click on open live, and it takes you to I'm still logged in into my trading account actually. Then you just click on don't have an account, and yeah, you fill in every single thing you see here. Then you go to the next button, you fill in every single thing you see there, And when they ask you, do you trade or have you been trading for a while and all, there's no need for you to put no. Okay, just put sometimes so you don't have to reapply. It saves you the stress of reapplying again, and it saves us also the stress of telling you to go and reapply. So when they actually have you traded before, do you have any knowledge about the financial markets? Just put in sometimes. Okay, so Christian asked the question: if the trader does any analysis on his chart while copy trading, can view his technical analysis on the trade it takes. No, the copy trader or the trader you're following can't view your technical analysis. Okay, the trader just places trades he has done his own technical analysis on. Okay, so yes, let's dive right into what we have today. But before we go into what we have today, if you remember on our last webinar when we on Thursday on Tuesday, Thursday, yes, I gave out trade calls. Yeah, I give out trade calls, not really trade calls though. We just hopped on the chat, did a few technical analysis and all. And yeah, let me just share my screen to show the results. Okay, I'm still holding those trades. I'm still running on those trades. So let me just launch this and let's see if it pops up my cloud trade. So I believe you can see my screen. Actually, let me share another screen so you can see. We did the technical analysis together on the webinar. We said ER card shorts. We're looking for sales on ER card. Well, I closed my trade on ER card already. So I closed in about 20 pips profit because I wasn't really a fan of holding my trades into the middle week and all. So let's just share my cloud trade, and you can see I've still got my US stake buy running, US 500 buy running, NZD USD. I did this analysis later after the webinar, and gold also buy. So I told you guys every single thing we've been talking about when it comes to technical analysis is very, very, very easy to apply on the charts. You just need to put in the concepts. The concepts are everywhere on the charts. The concepts are everywhere on the chart. And those that have been on the one-on-one personal Zoom sessions with me, those are the guys that funded the last webinar. The last webinar, when I asked who will be funding, they funded, and I helped on a one-on-one session with them. So they were able to get the concept of everything I've been saying all this while. They saw how it was being applied, how I apply technical analysis. I use it together with smart money concepts and all. So they were able to get into that. So let's not bore the class. Okay, the class hasn't even started, so let's not make it boring. Yeah, take profit and stop loss. Okay, take profit and stop loss. Before we begin, I want everybody to get a pen and paper so they can take notes. Okay, they can take notes. I promise you guys, no long slides that are very, very boring. No long slides. Just we do the right thing on the chat. No long slides that are very, very boring. So I want everybody to get a pen and a paper. A pen and a paper. Okay, a pen and a paper. Thank you. I want everybody to get a pen and a paper. So if you have a pen and a paper ready, just drop something on the chat box. Okay, just say something in the chat box so I know I can write on and start explaining these concepts the way I do. Okay, so yes, a pen and a paper. Have you gotten it ready? Great. Falabi says he has a pen and a paper already. Okay, so just a few more yeses, and if you feel you can't get a pen and a paper, it's fine. It's fine. It's very, very fine. You still get access to the replay. So morning Williams, one morning I remember I called you this morning so you could join the call. Yes, to everybody I called this morning and joined the call, thank you very much. Okay, so take profit and stop loss. Okay, take profit and stop loss, and I'll do also explain these things in the simplest of terms so everybody can understand. Yeah, Tommy, I'm ready also. Yes, I'm ready to take everybody through the concept of take profit and stop loss. So before I begin, we are new traders. We are already trading guys on the webinar. Everybody should understand what take profit means, like layman. We should be able to understand what take profit and what stop loss. So I want everybody's view on what do you think take profit is and what do you think stop loss is? Yes, let's respond to it. What do you think take profit is? What do you think stop loss is? Okay. What do you think take profit is? What do you think stop loss is? Just drop your thoughts in the chat box. Okay, drop your thoughts in the chat box. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts. What do you think take profit is, and what do you think stop loss is? Okay, I'm getting stop loss is an instruction to my broker to stop my loss quickly. That's brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant. Elijah says take profit is the state which the user breaks even. I really don't get what you said, but if I deduce that correctly, you're saying you break even on the trade. I could take that also. I could take that also, but not very, very close to what I want. So the profits posted by my trade is my take profit. Not really, but you're around the structure of what take profit means. Take profit means exit, while stop loss means defending your trade. Kind of, okay. Hope you're doing quite well. You're doing quite well. Okay. So yeah. Wow, Ifunaya is on the call. Ifunaya, thanks for joining us. Okay. So let's dive right into the contents of the slide. I'm still waiting for everybody's thoughts on what they think take profit is and what they think stop loss is. Okay, Christian says relative to Forex, TP is to take stop a trade that he has won. I really don't get what you said, Christian, but if I deduce properly, you're saying take profit is like taking your profit off the table, you're winning, and that add additional funds to your trading account. You're kind of, and stop loss is the reverse. Okay, yeah, I really don't want to bore anybody on the call, so let's dive right into it. In this session, what you'll be learning: what take profit is, how to calculate take profit, what stop loss is, and how to calculate stop loss. So, in this scenario, what take profit is, we'll explain it generally. Then I'll give a live example of what take profit is. Then how to calculate take profits, we'll be doing the calculation for the buying and the selling scenario. And what stop loss is, we'll explain generally also. I'm using a live example. And also how to calculate stop loss, we'll explain the buying and the selling scenario. So let's dive right into it. Take profit. Let's start with take profit, okay? Okay, Williams says stop loss is the amount of money you're willing to lose to the market, while take profit is how much you're willing to make as a profit with one trade and close it once you're happy with the amount. I love the aspect you used, happy, okay? I love the aspect you used, happy. Because a stop loss is asking cloud trade. I love the fact you added cloud trade to it. Cloud trade, yes, cloud trade on Naira trading platform. You can trade in our local currency using cloud trade, and you can trade in foreign currencies like the dollar using the MT4 platform that we have. So Deepo, yes, big ups to you, Williams, big ups to everybody who made mention of something on the call. Francis, yes, I love your explanation. Also, when the market goes your favor, that's amazing. Okay, so like I said, we're talking about what take profit is, how to calculate take profit, the buying and the selling scenario, what stop loss is, the buying. We explain that also, and how to calculate stop loss, the buying and the selling scenario also. Then lastly, we'll be doing calculations. Okay, calculations like the last time we did calculations, and I love the fact that everybody was able to showcase their skill when it comes to math. Okay, I'm happy about that. So yes, we should dive right into now. Like it's time to dive right in. We could talk about other things in the middle of the class. Okay, so what is take profit? What is take profit? Take profit to me is a form of market order. Okay, a form of order, a market order. Okay, a market order, a form of market order, which tells your broker to close your trade for you and lock in your profit when your trade hits your target. Okay, take profit. The word take, it means taking something. How would I put the term take? To pick up something, then profit means gains. Okay, so to pick up your gains, for you. Okay, to pick up your gains for you. That's what take profit means. And relating it to the financial market, what take profit literally means is telling we, your broker, EGM, to close your trade for you when it hits your target. Now, your take profit in the financial market is stipulated amount or stipulated price where it's your target, and you want us to take profit for you at that target. Do we all understand? Do we all understand? If we do, yes. If we don't, no. Okay, that's the way we do it. If we do, type a yes in the chat box, and if we don't, type a no. Okay, I'll still explain using live examples. Okay, so if we do, yes. If we don't, no. Okay, I'm still getting response in the chat box. Okay, yes, everybody's up with me. Yes, that's brilliant. We're on the positive side. So when we talk about take profit, take profit doesn't just apply to the forex market alone. I'm trying to bring a life example into it. Okay, a life example into it. So let's take, for instance, what example should I use? Okay, let's take, for instance, now you are out in your car and you're driving. Then you add you feel you need to get more fuel in your car. Then you went into a fueling station and they pumped let's say a fuel of 30 gallons into your car, because you're using a Ferrari Pista. Okay, you're using a Ferrari Pista and it uses 3 gallons for 6 miles, and you're traveling 6 miles and you need to get 3 gallons. Then you get 3 gallons into your Ferrari Pista. That moment when you get 3 gallons of fuel into your Ferrari Pista is take profit, because you already pumped the tank up. So the tank is already full. That means the tank is already gotten enough fuel it needs, and that's the take profit for the car. Do we all understand? Do we all understand using that scenario? The fact that you've poured in 3 gallons of fuel into the car, and the car is already filled, and you know that that 3 gallons in the fuel can take you the 6 miles you're going to, that's a take profit for you. Do we all understand now? Using that life example, do we all understand? Do we all understand what take profit is using that life example? One more time, we said take profit is a form of market order that tells your broker to close your trade for you and lock in your profit when your trade hits your target. That means it must hit your target. The tank is of the car is already full. That means it has hit the target, the maximum amount. The maximum amount. Okay, the maximum amount. It has hit the target. That's the maximum amount. The fact that the Ferrari Pista only takes in 3 gallons of fuel to walk 6 kilometers means it has hit its take profit. It means the fuel is already at the verge. It's filled already. Okay, it's filled. That means it's on the max. It's take profit. Now, the funny thing about, or the most interesting thing about take profit is, even if you are not online, remember we always do things in two things in the financial markets. We are either buying or selling. Okay, we are either buying or selling. So even if you are not online, your take profit will always trigger once you set a take profit and price gets to that your target. Okay, so the financial market, we do two things: we buy and we sell. So if you set a take profit for a buying or selling scenario and you are not online at the moment, and price gets to your take profit value, it hits and you stick your profit is taken off the table for you. Do we all understand that? Do we all understand that? So I dropped a poll. And I got only 5 persons responding to it. We're 25 on the call. We can do more. We can actually respond to the poll better. Okay. Great. Christian is typing. I think is typing a question. So I wouldn't really want to wait for this question, but I'm waiting. So now, like I said, in the financial markets, we do two things: we buy and we sell. And there's going to be different approach to take profits when buying and another different approach to take profits when selling. It's very simple. Now, let's say, for instance, this is a hypothetical example, not a real example, just hypothetical. Okay, let's say you analyzed a certain financial instrument. Okay, this is the moment where I share my whiteboard. Okay, so let me share my whiteboard. Let me share my whiteboard. Okay, so can everybody see my whiteboard now? Can everybody see my whiteboard? Like, it's not white, there's a chart on it, but I would use it as a whiteboard. I just need to hide everything on the chart. Just need to hide everything on the chart, so we count that as a whiteboard. Can everybody see it now? Can everybody see the whiteboard now? Can everyone see the whiteboard now? So Christian says, so if I have a projection on my target, and out of a few reasons I close the winning trade before the target is, you've taken your profits. Yes, you've taken your profits. Like, remember, the target must be there for you to take profit. The target must be there. Okay. The targets must be there for you to take profits. Okay, the target must be there. If there is no target, your take profit won't hit. So let's take, for instance, you have a take profit on your chart, but you decided to close your trade before the take profit hits. It means you've taken your profits yourself. So the target just cleans off the chart because there's no more running trade. There's no trade running at all. I hope you grab that, Christian. So back to our whiteboard. Okay, now let's say you analyze a financial instrument. So random financial instrument. Let's say I analyze Apple, for instance. Okay, it's a stock and it's a financial instrument. So let's say I analyze Apple, or just draw something on the chart that looks like analysis. So Apple comes back into this area, then I'm looking to buy at this area. Okay, I'm looking to buy at this area, and Apple comes back into this area, and boom, Apple goes to the upside. When the market hits this area, it means what? My entry has been triggered. So this is my E entry. Then this is my what? Take profit. Okay, so this is my T take profit. Now, if Apple hits this area and triggers my entry and moves to this area, when it gets to this T value, this T area, this T right here, it will take my profit from me. So let's say this is 200 pips. Okay, 200 pips. This is 200 pips. So what literally happens is, when price gets here, it just takes 200 pips off the market for me. Okay, it takes 200 pips off the market. So let's say I used one micro lot, that's $20. I just made $20 of the market. Remember, I said this is an hypothetical example, not a real example, just an hypothetical example. So let me take all of this off the chart and let's do a proper analysis, and I'll show you how the concept of take profits looks like. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing my screen so I can get a replay button on my screen. This is not my personal whiteboard, so let me just switch to my personal whiteboard so we can all use the replay button. Okay, so we can all use the replay button. So do we understand from that that example we just did on the whiteboard? Do we understand what take profits is like? Do we understand the concept? Just an insight into what take profit is like on a normal chart. Do we? Okay, great. If and I say yes, it's very, very clear. Okay, so I'm trying to look for a proper chart that we can use. Okay, I think this PTC chart is clean enough to use. Okay, delete. Okay, so let's use this. I have an analysis on this already, so let's use this. I'm sharing my screen right now so everybody can see this. Now, I believe everybody can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? It's quite small, but can you see my screen? So I just want to use this as an example, okay? I just want to use this as an example. This is not a trade idea. Do not take the trade. You will lose money if you take my trades. Thank you. Okay, it's nothing really big, but don't take the trade. Okay, this is not an active trade. It's already running. Don't take the trade. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an analyst. Okay, so Looking at the screen properly. So this is an analysis we've done on. Let's just take the analysis from the top, from the daily time frame where I did the analysis. So this is Nasdaq Q, okay, Nasdaq Q, US 100, and we see this rising ascending channel, okay. This is an ascending channel, and an ascending channel, I expect a three-touch confirmation pattern. Then we had 1, 2, 3, and it came back to a previous area of what? Support. We broke this area, support turn resistance, now turns support. Then on the 4-hour time frame, we broke this counter trend line. We had a retest on it. I didn't get my entry at the retest, but price pushed higher to this area, so I marked that as resistance. Then I came to the lower time frame, the 1-hour time frame. Look at this. I got my entry at the break and retest of this small resistance, now turned support. Okay, and this resistance right here broke, and I'm expected to act as support. So what did I do exactly here? This little area right here is my entry, and on the 4-hour time frame, this value high, this area right here on top, is my take profit. So let me show you something else again. Let's do ERUSD. Okay, wow. Okay, yes, this is a very, very good example. So I took this ERUSD trade a few days back. Now looking at this, what happened? We had our entry on ERUSD right here. Then ERUSD hit our take profit. So you see, whenever your take profit hits, it just loses your trade for you. So you notice there is a dotted line right here that goes down. If my take profit didn't hit, the dotted line should be somewhere around here, like still on price. But you see, price, we did the analysis, price hits my take profit, then what? We see the area filled. You see the grain is different from this, is a little bit deep, and this is a little bit light. Okay, so that is what actually differentiates a take profit. A take profit. This is what actually shows us that yes, take profit hits. Now, I said we'll be doing a proper example, not just using my analysis that I've done before. I think I have gold. The gold should be free. Let me just delete this. And yeah, so let's do something from this area right. So my replay button right. Yeah, okay. Now I've got my replay button right here. What do we have? Just a proper technical analysis before taking the trade. Okay. So we had price moved, impulse, correction, impulse, and this is a correction. What do? We're looking for selling opportunities. This is what a mean threshold. This is the middle area of price right here, and price traded back into it. What will I be looking for? I'll be looking for selling opportunities. Then what do I need to do? I need to take a sell trade on this. So let's say I place my entry right here, my stop loss above the main threshold. Then my take profits at this value low right here. Right here. So what do I expect? I just need to play price and see what price did. Okay. Now you can see how price move. This is how it will be moving actually on your charts. Like if you did place a trade, this is how you see price moving before it goes to your take profit. And yes, the take profit hits. Now you see how what happened immediately the take profit hit. The trade closed, like my trade, the line stopped showing on the chart, like it didn't go further. I just stopped where it closed, like just stopped where the trade hit take profits. And that's the structure of how take profits works. Now, do we understand take profits properly? How take profits work? Do we understand how take profits work properly now? Yes or no? Before we proceed, do we understand what take profits is and how we apply it on the chart, how it works properly? Okay, I need more yeses. Or if there is a no also, I need a no so I can explain again properly. Okay, great. Since we're having yeses, and also the link to the replay will be available after the class. So if you don't understand and you're shy of saying no, you can go and watch the replay again. Okay, so now there's one thing I want to tell everybody. How do I take my profits on trade? I don't just say I want to take 100 pips. I don't just say I want to take 200 pips. How do I take my profits on the trade? Very simple, because I know somebody might ask that question. So how do I take my profits on the trade? Well, how I take my profit on the trade is very simple. I target previous highs and previous lows. Look at this. This is the previous low. That's where I took my profits from. If I were to be taking this buy, right here, I'm targeting the previous high, which is somewhere around here. So if I just drop a line chart, a horizontal ray on this will be where my take profit. So I target previous high or an extended level of the high, and I target previous low or extended level of the lows. How do I understand extended level of the lows? It's on your Fibonacci, okay? On the Fibonacci, we're talking about Fibonacci soon. So let's say this is my swing high to my swing low. Wow, this is not my Fibonacci, okay? This is not okay. This is not mine. This is not mine. Let me do well to just use the Fibs extension instead. Okay. So where's the Fibs extension? I'm coming. Let me get the Fibs extension to great. So swing low to swing high, then where price continued from. So where will my take profit be? My first take profit will be at the one right here. So this is how I use the Fib extension to just target price where I'll be taking profits from. Okay. So I use the Fibs extension. I target the number one before I look to target any other thing because there's a huge tendency price will always come back to the number one extension level before reversing. So that's how I use the Fibs extension level to take profits. If I'm not looking at highs, I'm not looking at lows. If I'm not looking at highs, I'm not looking at lows. What I use is what the Fibs extension level. Yeah, deeper, I would explain that. Just put this question on the question aspect of the webinar. Okay, send it to the questions part of the webinar so it doesn't skip my mind and I don't forget to answer it. Okay. Now that we all understand the concept behind take profit and stop loss, let me show everybody where you put your take profits. Sorry, now that we understand the concept behind take profits, okay, let me show everybody where we put take profits on the cloud trade platform. Okay, the cloud trade platform. Then I think I have a screenshot on how to place your take profits on the MT4 platform. I'll be showing that also. So a minute, let me just launch my cloud trade launch. So sharing my screen, cloud trade platform. Okay, so on the cloud trade platform, so my gold doesn't have a take profit or stop loss. So I want to put in a take profit and stop loss on gold. All I need to do is click on the amend button. Okay, then I just check my gold analysis. If I'm already in the buy, so my stop loss needs to be at previous low plus a few pips. So let's say plus 10 pips. It should be somewhere around here. That's 1693.490. All I need to do is just 163.490, 163. Let me confirm that value one more time. 1693.490, 1693.490, 1693.490. Okay. Then my take profit will be at the next high, which is right here. So my take profit value is right here, 1815245. 1815245. Okay, so that's my take profit value. Then I press submit, and immediately it just sets my stop and my limit. That's stop and take profit for me. Very, very, very easy to apply on the cloud trade platform. So let me share the MT4, though it's a screenshot. So yeah, in a few minutes I'll share that on my screen right now. I'm trying to pop up the pictures where I saved it. Okay, so in a few minutes I'll just pop up the pictures. Okay, let's just okay, saved. Save on the download. So save one, and the second one should be this. Yeah, so save. Okay, great. So here's a picture of the MT4 aspect. Okay. Yes, I'm going to show the pictures now. I'm just trying to pop it up on my screen. It just saved the pictures now, so I'm trying to pop it up on my screen. Okay, so I believe everybody can see this. So can we all see the picture on the screen? Can we all see the picture on the screen? Okay, sharing my screen right now. Okay, can we all see the picture? So right there, the icon up above, you click on it to put in your take profit on your MT4 platform. The icon up above, the plus in the paper, you click on it, then it takes you to this part. Okay, it takes you to this part. It takes you to this part right here. So right there, you put in, you see on the left-hand side, the one with the red line below is where you put your stop loss. The one on the right-hand side is where you put your take profit. Okay, so that's how you put in your take profit and your stop loss on your MT4. So you just click on it and you type in your values. Okay, so that's how you put in your take profit and your stop loss on your MT4 also, and that's how you put in your take profit and your stop loss on your cloud trade. Okay, so yeah, let's stop sharing that and let's go to calculations. Okay, calculations. So we'll be using the whiteboard now. Share screen. So I'll be dropping just a few questions on the whiteboard. Okay, I need everybody to get a pen and paper and write that down now. Okay, so yeah, so let's go. Are we all? Do we all have our pen and paper? Do we all have our pen and paper? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do we have our pen and paper? Okay, I'm just going through the chat box now. Okay, just 2 persons have responded. So we'll be using what we used the last time, the questions we used the last time on our webinar. So I think everybody's familiar with that, but we just restructure the question in a little way. Okay, in a little way, we just restructure the question. So we said USD card is trading at 1.6. Okay, let me just put the question on the screen in that scenario. Okay, so this is it. This is the question right here. So I just want to reduce the words to be quite visible. Okay, so it says USD card is trading at 1.26640. Then you buy, you execute a long position on it. Over a couple of days, price moved to 1.29640. Now, it's not how many pips at its move, but how many pips is your take profit. Okay, your take profit. How many pips is your take profit? How many pips is your take profit? So those that were on the previous class, I know they know this question. We've done it before, but how many pips is your take profit? How many pips is your take profit? Remember, it moved up to 1.29640. So 1.29640 is your take profit. But tell me, how many pips is your take profit? How many pips is your take profit value? I just want to see if everybody who attended the previous class still knows how to calculate this. So if you were on the previous class, I'm expecting you to do a calculation and send it in. Okay, I'm expecting you to do a calculation and send it in. I'm still expecting more responses. Okay, more responses. More responses. More responses. Wow, I can see everybody's typing in 300. I explained something about 5 decimals. I explained something about 5 decimals. If you remember vividly, I explained something about 5 decimals. That we don't deal with the 5th decimal, we only start from the 4th. Okay, exactly, Christian. Exactly, now you understand. So I'll do the calculation. But before I do the calculation, I would say something. Now, when we are dealing with pips in the financial market, we don't consider the 5th decimal number. Okay, we ignore it because the 5th decimal number is not a pip, but a pipette. Okay, it's a pipette, not a pip. So, in the last webinar we had, I said we don't consider the 5th decimal. We only consider the 4th. Okay, because the 5th is a pipette. Now, how do I do this calculation? Very simple. I just need to subtract my new value from the old value. That means the new current or the current price from the old price was trading at. So if I subtract 1.2664 from 1.2964, it will give me 30, and that's 30 pips. So my take profit value was 30 pips. Okay, I took my profits at 30 pips. Do we understand that? Okay, let me just do the math on the board or on the screen. Let's do the math on the screen. Okay, let's do the math on the screen. That will be 1.2964 minus 1.26640. Okay, so 664. Sorry. Then this will be equal to 0.0. Okay, yeah, okay, yes, that's it. 0.030. Then another 0 at the back, but we don't need to really consider this. So yeah, so we have 0.003. I think people who wrote 300 are correct. People who wrote 300 are correct. So it was 300 pips, not 30. Sorry, the mistake was from my math. Okay, so price moved 300 pips and I took my profit at 300 pips. Okay, so Andrew, Williams, Debbie, Ugochukwu, everybody who wrote 300 are correct. Now I've got another question for you guys. Another question. I was waiting for Chooks to actually ask a question, but he's not asking any question. I was waiting for him to do something on the mat, but he didn't, so we just move. Actually, I think he understands. So another question. Okay, so I'll be removing the 0. Now, we said USD card. No. Let's not use USD card. Let's use something else. Let's not use USD card. Let's use ERGBP. Okay. And another value, not that value, another value. Let's use ERGBP and another value. So I'll just do this and yeah. ERGBP. Okay. ERGBP. Now it's stated that ERGBP is trading at 0.8663. when you executed a long position on it, that was when you executed a long position on it, it was trading at 0.8663. Then over the couple of days, you wanted to catch 300 pips. What will be your take profit value? Now, I would like to do this calculation myself. Okay, I'd like to do this calculation myself. Now, 300 pips, I understand properly that it's what? It's simply this 0.0, okay, 0.0. Then I just write 300 at the back. This is what simply 300 pips is. If we have 500 pips, we say it's 0.0 and it just had 500. If we had 1,000 pips, okay, if we had 1,000 pips, it would be what? 0.1000. Simple as that. So now we said we waited to have what? 300 pips on it. What will be my take profit value? Very simple. All I just need to do is add 0.8663. Okay, an addition. Okay, adding them together, my answer would be 0.8963. Okay, so our answer for ERGBP, our take profit value will be 0.8963. Okay, exactly. So Christian and Adekunle got it. I'm still expecting answers from everybody, but no response yet. So I think everybody's still doing the math, but that's the answer to that. Now, do we understand how to calculate take profits in a buying scenario? This is a buying scenario. Do we understand how to calculate take profits in the buying scenario? Because I've been saying long all this while. Okay. Yes, Gloria, correct. Andrew, you're correct also. So yeah, do we all understand how to calculate take profits in a buying scenario? Because we've been dealing with longs all this while. I'd love to get more responses. Okay, long scenario, buying scenario, we all understand how to calculate take profits, right? Now, let's do for a sell scenario now. I'll do the math on the sell scenario. Okay, I'll do the math on the sell scenario. So let's go. Text. Let me just stop sharing my screen and text. I'm actually typing out the question. Okay. Share my screen right now. I'll attend to all questions. Okay, I'll attend to all questions once we're done with this. Okay, so sharing this. If AUD USD is at a price of 0.6923, and then we decided to go short on it. Okay, we decided to go short. We decided to go short. We decided to go short on it, and I want a profit of 80 pips on it. What will be my TP value? Some people, since somebody has already calculated it. Just let's deal with this question first. I'll respond to your questions. Okay. If AUD USD is at a price of 0.6923 and I decided to go short on it, I want a profit of 80 pips on it. What will be my TP value? Now, before we solve this question, don't drop your answer yet, okay? Even if you know it. Let's still take a chill pill, okay? Take a chill pill, Christian, okay? Take a chill pill. Now, remember, in a buying scenario, let me use this box to explain. In a buying scenario, if we buy at this area, our take profit is always above, right? Our take profit is always above. We buy at this area, we are aiming at higher prices because we bought, right? We bought low, we are aiming at higher prices, right? Now, if we sell at this area, what are we aiming for as our take profit? Remember, in a buying scenario, we are aiming for higher prices and our take profit. If we sell, what are we aiming for as our take profit? I want somebody to tell me. It's actually it's a common sense question. Okay, if we sell, what are we aiming for as our take profit? Remember, we are buying, we are aiming for higher prices as our take profit. If we are selling in the financial market, what are we aiming for as our take profit? We are aiming for lower prices, right? Exactly, Andrew. Lower prices. So what do I need to do? I need to subtract 80 pips from 0.6923 to get my take profit value. To get my take profit value, I need to subtract the number of pips I want from the current market price to get my take profit value. So how do I do that? Very, very simple. I just need to, I can delete that now. All I need to do is just do the math. And the math is this, it goes this way. The math goes this way, which is 0.6923 minus, what do I tell you? 0.0080, because that's 80 pips. That's our answer to be what? 0.6. And we know if okay, let's take the solving from the back. That will be 3 from 0, 3. 2 from it, not possible, but we can take 1 from 9. Okay, now that's 12 from 8. That's going to give us what? 4. We have 8 left. We have 6, then 0.6843. That's our answer. So our take profit value will be what? 0.6843. Okay, our take profit value will be what? 0.6843. You don't approximate. Okay, please don't approximate. 0.6843 exactly, and that's how you calculate take profit for a sell scenario. Okay, that's how you calculate take profit for a sell scenario. Let's do one more. Okay, so I know everybody understands this. Now let's do from the JPYs. Okay, from the JPYs. Remember, I told you guys we have a different way of calculating pips on JPYs, right? If you remember, I said it, we have a different way of calculating pips on JPY. No, Debbie, you need to do the math again. Okay, you need to do the math again. The answer is 0.6843. You need to do the math. If you know your answer doesn't correlate with this, you need to do the math again. Okay. Let's do the ones for JPY. Let's just do one for JPY, then we'll move to stop loss. So for JPY, I don't want us to go long on it. I want us to go short. So I just need to do this. So on this, then okay, so here we have it. USD JPY is currently trading at 109.030. We sold it, and after several hours of waiting, I want 5 pips from it. What is my take profit value? Now remember, we talked about JPYs. We said we don't calculate their take profit. Sorry, we don't calculate their pips the same way we calculate the pips for other pairs. Okay, we don't calculate it that way. And we said we don't consider the last the decimal place, which is the third decimal place. Okay, we said we don't consider the third decimal place. So to calculate our 5 pips from USD JPY, we said we have 109.03. Okay, 03. Then we need to take 5 pips and we are selling, so we're subtracting 5 pips from what? 109.03. Okay, so that will be 000.05. Okay, what do we have? Very simple. It's going to be equal to, if we're starting from the back, we need to borrow 1 from 9. Okay, we need to borrow 1 from 9. So 9 is now 8, 10 is now 9, and that we have 13. So we have 89.801. Okay, so that's our take profit value. If we take our 5 pips, we go down by 5 pips, and this is what we go down by. Okay, so we've taken 5 pips profit, and our take profit value is 108.98. Brilliant, 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 very, very brilliant. Yes, Glory, you're correct also. And that's just how to calculate take profits for buying and selling scenarios. Okay, remember, when we buy, we are aiming for higher prices as target. Higher prices as target, you need to add the number of pips you want. We are aiming for lower prices as target when we're selling, so we need to subtract our take profits, we need to subtract the number of pips we want to get our take profit value. Okay, so that's how it's done when calculating take profits for buying and selling scenarios. Okay, so yeah, now let's go to our stop loss aspect. Okay, stop loss. Or before I go to that, let's answer questions, because I see there are a lot of questions already. So yes, Abdulaziz said, to buy or sell, which one is the best one trading? I can't determine which one is the best. Do you want to be a bull, or do you want to be a bear, or you want to trade both scenarios? If your price action or technical analysis tells you to buy, you buy. If your technical analysis or your trading system tells you to sell, you sell. Very, very simple. Deeper said, I should teach the best price level points to place your stop loss and take profits. There is no best price level points to place your stop loss or take profits, but this is a simple way of placing stop loss and take profit. Okay, you need to place your stop loss at previous lows when you are buying. So if you bought, you need to place your stop loss at previous lows when you're buying. If you are selling, you need to place your stop loss at previous highs when you're selling. To take profits, when you're buying, you need to take profits at previous highs. When you're selling, you need to take profit at previous lows. Very, very simple. Okay, and there's no one price level you must put your stop loss at. Price can reach any level. Okay, your stop losses can be pushed even at the most accurate of levels. Okay, so William says, how many pips buffer do we need when to take a trade? I always use 20 pips buffer. Okay, I always use 20 pips buffer. If I buy at support, my stop loss will be at previous low, then I add 20 pips to that previous low, depending on the pair, depending on the financial instrument. I add 20 pips to my stop loss. Okay, that's what I do, Williams. Peter just said, in cloud trade, after doing analysis and implementing the value, sometimes it's accurate. That's because of your values are not accurate. If your values are accurate, it's not going to say that way. Okay, it's not going to bring up that dialogue box that your values are not accurate. Okay, so how do we convert pips to naira? I'll be candid with you. I only know how to convert pips to dollars. Okay, I only know how to convert pips to dollars. I don't know how to convert pips to naira. But if one pip, when you use one micro lot size, is 1 cent, you can find out how 1 cent is equal to a naira. So that's just a simple way I thought of on doing that. Okay. There's no implication when you buy and sell at the same time. That means you just want to become an hedger. Okay. That means you just want to become an hedger. Okay. JPYs are safe haven. Okay. Andrew, JPYs are safe haven. JPY pairs are safe haven. They don't have the regular 4 digits, 5 digits other pairs have. They only have 2. You ignore the last 0 because that last value is a pipette to JPY. It's not a value you want to consider because it's that value that makes up 1 pip. Okay. So JPY is a safe haven. That's why they have a different approach on calculating their pips. If you want more information on this, I'll drop a link right now to our YouTube channel, okay? A link to our YouTube channel. If you watch the last webinar we did on pips and lot sizes, okay, pips and lot sizes, you would understand why we are ignoring those values. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link right now. Go and watch the video after the webinar. Okay, I'm dropping the link right now. I'm trying to get the link for you so I can drop it. Okay, so here you go. That's the link. And Gloria, I'm coming to your question. Okay, everything you need when it comes to trading is on our YouTube channel. I'll be candid with you. Everything you need when it comes to trading is on our YouTube channel. You get everything you need. It's on our YouTube channel. So I'll drop the link to the YouTube channel also. Let's start with the most recent videos. Okay, that's the link to our YouTube channel also. Okay, so Glory asked the question. So let me check that. Glory asked, for instance, if my daily candle is on the downside, considering the retest that occurs, do you stick with the down movement for that day? I don't really do intraday, okay? I don't really do intraday. I only do intraday when I feel there's a need for me to do intraday. Like I might not have enough time. But when the daily candle is bearish for that day, I don't say because of the daily candle is bearish, I have to be a bear in the market. I still follow the general market direction. If the market is bullish, I'll be looking for buying opportunities in that bearish candle. Okay, so that's when I amplify or use what I taught everybody during the trading terminologies. Okay, that's why I thought everybody using the trading terminologies, limit orders and stop orders. That's when I implement those concepts when trading. I place limit orders or buy stop or sell stop orders. Okay, Ojo said he didn't understand my explanation. I said whenever you input your take profit or your stop loss values and it says it's not accurate, that means two things. It's either your calculations is wrong or price has traded away or beyond that level. Okay, so Peter, I hope you understand now. And that's it on the questions. So yeah, I love the responses on the polls. I love the response. If you are that person that said you don't have a trading account with us, I dropped the link earlier. I'll drop it again. Go to eagleglobalmarkets.com, get an account signed up, and you will be set up immediately. You get someone to contact you, and you start trading and start making money from the financial markets. Okay, so so I want to drop a poll right now. Okay, I want to drop a poll right now, so I'm trying to check the polls. I'm trying to drop a poll right now. Okay, so I just sent the poll. It goes this way. Are you learning so far on the webinars? Okay, are you learning so far on the webinars? Are you learning so far on the webinars? Like, have you been learning things so far on the webinars? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, be honest with yourself. Be honest with the polls. Okay, if you believe you've not learned anything on the webinar, do well to say it. Just do it on the polls. Moses, do it on the polls. Okay, just put a no. If you believe everything I've been saying doesn't make sense, you can put a maybe or no also. But just be honest with yourself on the polls. Okay, so yeah, back to the session. Okay, back to what we've been doing. Now let's go down to what the next thing we have on the slide, which is stop losses. Now, what stop loss is? What is stop loss? And now we said take profit tells your broker to close your trade when your target has been hit. That means when you are in profit. Now, stop loss is simply the opposite, which is you are telling me, your broker, you are instructing me, okay, to close your trade when the market goes against you. That's what stop loss is. Now you see there's this diagram, there's this image right here which says take profit is green, stop loss is red. That's it. Very true. Very, very true. Stop loss is red. It means you're losing money. What take profit means you're making money. So stop loss means you're telling your broker to close your trade when the market wants to go against you. Okay, so I'll use that Ferrari pista example again so Deepak can understand that the Ferrari pista example is not abstract. Okay, we could still relate anything at all to the financial markets. Now, imagine I did not buy fuel, okay, in my Ferrari, and I started driving. I've gone 3.5 miles. Then what happens when there's no fuel in your car? It gets an engine problem, right? But the Ferrari is a smart car, okay? It just turns off the engine and doesn't allow me start, and I've gone 3.5 miles. What does that mean? It has avoided me taking damaging the car, right? That's what the same thing, or that's the same thing the stop loss does in your trading account. It avoids you damaging your trading account. That means losing money in your trading account. Do we all understand? Do we all understand? So stop loss keeps you safe when the market is going against your trade. It helps you close your trade in minimal loss or little loss when the market is going against you. So deeper, you can see we can relate anything at all to the financial market. It's not abstract, it's the same thing, just different scenarios. Okay, so do we all understand? Yes or no? If we do, let's drop a yes in the chat box. If we don't, let's drop a no. Just got only one yes. What example can I use again? I'll just use what I said. I'll just use what I said. So I said the stop loss is a order or an instruction you give your broker to close your trade when the market wants to go against you. So in your Ferrari, you did not buy fuel in it, you only have little fuel, and it has gone 3.5 miles. The Ferrari is a smart car, and if it wants to develop a fault, it knows. So it just shuts down the engine when you've gone 3.5 miles and doesn't allow you force the car to go further so as not to develop an engine problem. Same thing applies to, or that's what a stop loss does. So it doesn't allow you damage your trading account by taking more losses. Okay, so that's what a stop loss does when trading or in trading. Okay, so um I have a simple question here on stop loss. I think we can all do without me even doing it. Now, in summary, everything I said is when you are buying, your take profit is above. Like I said, you are aiming higher prices, and when you're selling, your stop loss is below when you're buying. Okay, when you are in a buying scenario, your stop loss is above, your take profit is below. While in reverse, if you're selling, your take profit is below, your stop loss is above. Now, let me show you when it comes to calculating stop loss on the whiteboard. Um, let me share my screen now. Okay. Yes, here we go. Now, remember, we said if we buy here and we want to take profit, we are aiming higher prices. Okay. If we sell here and we want to take profit, we are aiming what? Lower prices. Okay. We are aiming lower prices. Now, hypothetical example, price did not buy, it started coming down. It means you'll be in a loss, right? Let's change this color to red. Let's change this color to red so it shows stop loss. So now This shows us that price is not going in our direction. It's red, and you are in a loss. So your stop loss is always below. So let's say this is your stop loss. Immediately price hits your stop loss, it saves you from taking any more damages, like losing more money in this case. Same thing applies to the selling scenario. Your stop loss is above when you're selling. Your stop loss is always above when you're selling. I've showed everybody where they put in their stop loss and they take profit on the cloud trade and also on the MT4. So this is how it is. Like, this is the structure. You're buying, your take profit is above, your stop loss is below. You're selling, your take profit is below, your stop loss is below. Remember, you want to aim lower prices, but when you start aiming higher prices when you're selling, it means it's in a loss. Okay, so let's do the calculations, take questions, and we call it a day. Okay, so we'll be using those questions, but in another structure. Okay, so let me just get the questions. But in this scenario, we're doing for take profit and stop loss. Okay, we're calculating take profit and stop loss. So USD card is trading at 12640. I want a take profit of 50 pips and stop loss of 20 pips. What are my values? Okay, my stop loss and my take profit values. What are my values? That's for my stop loss and my take profit. So this way everybody can combine the concept of take profit and stop loss together. But I'll be solving this question first. So for take profit, TP, all I need to do is just to add 50 pips to this value. Okay, so if I add 50 pips, that will be 1.2664 plus 0.0050. This will be equal to what? 4. This will be 1. This will be 7. And this will be 2.1. That will be my take profit value if I add 50 pips to it. Because 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 5 is 11. I can't write 11, so I need to take 1. 1 plus 6 is 6. 7. 7. 2 plus 0 is 0. That's 2. Then 1 plus 0 is 1. This is my take profit value. Now, my stop loss value, I can short it to SL. Okay, my SL value, it will be minus what? 20 pips. Remember, we're dealing with 20 pips, so it's minus 20 pips. Oh, my SL value be 1.2644. Okay, 1.2644. That'll be my stop loss value. You see how simple and easy it is to calculate. Never difficult. It has never been difficult. Okay. So do we understand how take profit and stop loss is being calculated? How take profit and stop loss is being calculated. Now, in this scenario, we are buying USD card. I forgot to say, we're buying USD card, okay? So we are buying. That's why our target is above and our stop loss is below, okay? So we are buying USD card in this scenario. Jay, if you are typing in a question, drop it on the question section, please. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad. I'm very, very glad you grabbed the concepts of most of the things I've been teaching. Okay. So another question, and everybody on the call will be solving this. Okay. That's for a buy. we'll do for a buy also again, so everybody can understand the concept of. Okay, so now let's go. We are buying. I'll put the buying big so everybody can see it. Now I want a TP, that's take profit, of 76 pips, and stop SL, that's stop loss of let's do 15 pips. Okay, 15 pips. What are my values? I'd love for everybody to calculate this. Like, let's see who has been following and who hasn't been following. Okay, let's see this. Now, if AED is at a price of 0.69230 and we are buying, I want a TP of 76 pips and an SL of 15 pips. What are my values? What are my take profit and SL values? Let's do well to calculate that. Okay, let's do well to calculate that. And also, we are 21 on the webinars, or 20 on the webinar now. Let's do well to respond to the last poll I dropped. Thank you. Let's do well to respond to the last poll I dropped. That's the only way I know if we all are interacting, or if we all are learning, or I've been saying jargon since we've been doing webinars. Okay, so let's do well to respond to the polls, the last one I dropped. Okay, thank you. So I'm waiting for answers. I'm waiting for answers. Let's do well to solve it and drop our answers. Okay, a lot of responses. Because says his TP is 0.9230. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this one is very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. What have I been saying? I've been saying avoid the last zero. So I knowingly put in the last zero there so everybody can not avoid it. Only few persons avoided it. Okay. Only few persons avoided it. Not really even avoided it, but only few persons avoided it. So I just give everybody a tip. So everybody can go ahead and do it again. Everybody can go ahead and do it again. Avoid the last zero. It's a pipette. We don't consider it as a pip. A pipette builds up into becoming a pip. So 10 pipettes is one pip. Okay. 10 pipettes is one pip. Okay. So I want everybody to go over it again and do it again, because really not seeing the answers I really want. Okay, just a few persons actually got the right answer. Only a few persons got the right answer. Or just one person. Wow. Okay. Now that's two. Okay, one, two, three, just three persons. Okay, yeah, we've taken a lot of time. Yes, there is a recording of this webinar, Silas. I called your number also. I'm not really sure if you picked. I called your number this morning to remind you that we had a webinar, but it wasn't going through. Okay, so yeah, so let's go. Let's calculate it. Let's calculate this. Now, AEDUSD is at the price of 0.69230. First thing first, I want to ignore the fifth decimal. I won't put it into consideration when I'm calculating 6923 plus 76 pips. So 0.0076. What will my answer be? My answer will be 0.6999. That's my answer for the take profit. Very simple. So few persons, just got the answer, few persons. Now, for the stop loss value, let's go. We said 0.6923 minus 15 or 0.0015, 15 pips, okay? That will be equal to, would have what? First, to calculate this properly, 3 from 5, not possible. We need to borrow 1 from 2. That's 13 from 5. That will give us 8. 1 from 1, 0, 9, 6.0. Very simple. That's the stop loss value for AUD/USD. Okay, so you see, very simple. Nothing too big, nothing too really small. So you see how easy it is to calculate. So few persons got it, and I'm glad a few persons got it. The rest would actually learn and understand that they need to. If the fifth value is not 0, you avoid it also. Yes, you avoid it totally. Okay? Because it's a pipette. It didn't build up to 1 pip. Okay, it didn't build up to 1 pip. So no matter if it's a pipette and it's 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you ignore it. Okay? You ignore it. Do you understand, Peter? Yes, Adekule, you got it right. You got it right. Deepo, you got it right. Guchuku, you got it right also. The rest, they did put in their best. Okay? So, now that we understand how to calculate take profit and stop loss for the buying scenario, let's go to the selling scenario. But before we get to the selling scenario, I'm having a webinar this Thursday, and we'll be talking about the Smart Traders Guide, getting started with copy trading. Okay, getting started with copy trading, and I'd like to use this opportunity to get everybody to sign up for the webinar. Okay, so that's the link. All we need to do is just click on the link. Okay, I'll click on the link also so everybody can see. So let me just stop sharing the screen. Okay, so let me stop sharing the screen, and when you click on the link, it takes you to this right here. Okay, all you need to do is just input your email. So I just put in education@eagleglobalmarkets.com and I register. Okay, I'm already a team member. Okay. Let's use support. Okay, support@eagleglobalmarket.com and I register, and it tells me to put in my first name. I could just put in A, B, then 0000000. I'm not telling you to put in A, B, and 00. You just need to put in your correct detail, okay? Because someone today filled in 00000 in his phone number section. And yeah, let me confirm if the person is on this webinar, okay? So I can point the person out. That way, the person doesn't get to do that anymore on my webinars. If you feel you're not comfortable with putting in your details on my webinar, it's not a big deal you joining. Okay, it's not really compulsory for me to join. If you feel you can't put in, I can't even find the number anymore. So that's the thing. If you feel you just want value, okay, it was you, Jay. Oh, okay. I really don't have your number also, so um you should actually reach out by putting in your number next time, okay? Oh, you're a client. Okay, no problem, no problem, no problem at all. We settled that already. So I hope you did understand how to sign up for the webinar. Okay, so let's do what to just take 3 seconds to, it's less than a second. So let's just take 3 seconds to sign up on the webinar. Thank you. Okay. Now let's go back to our whiteboard. So now we'll be calculating for a selling scenario. So in the selling scenario, we'll be doing JPYs also. I did not do JPY in the buying scenario, but we're doing JPYs in the selling scenario. Okay. So the selling scenario will be doing ERGBP and JPY. So ERGBP on the whiteboard. The RGBP current market price is 0.833 We shorted it, that means we sold. And Eagle Global Market, EGM wants a TP of 100 pips and a stop loss of 10 pips. What what are the values so EGM can fill it in on the trades? Okay, so that's the question. That's the first one. Okay, we'll be doing two also on this. Okay, so we all know how to calculate for a cell. So I'll do the math. I'll do my math. You do your math. We just bring the answers together and see if it works. Or no, let's just wait for everybody to do it. Okay, I'm waiting for responses. Let's see who gets the correct answer. Okay, this time I'm telling you to avoid the last zero. Okay, or do I need to remove it or leave it there? Just avoid the last zero. Okay, so yeah, let's wait and see who solves it. Oh, I'm very, very sorry. Very, very sorry. My mic went off. So I said CHFJPY is at the current price of 110.620, and we went short on it. We want a TP of 34 pips and an SL of 9 pips. Okay. So I want everybody to do the math and let me know the answers before I do my math. You need to watch the previous webinar we did. Okay, I dropped the YouTube link. Just scroll up a bit, you'll find the YouTube link there. So you watch a video and you'd understand it properly. So I'm waiting for responses on this one. Sorry about that. So I said 110.62 minus 000.234. Okay. And we know 2 can go in 4. So we need to borrow, right? We need to borrow from 6. We borrow 1 from 6, that's 12. 12 minus 4, that gives us 8. So we have 8. And we have 5 remaining. 3 from 5, that's what? 2. And we have 110.28. Okay. That's how we arrive at that value. So Ugochukwu and Debbie had the same TP but different SLs. Okay, so let's see which one is correct from the calculations. So let me just copy this, paste, then bring it down here. Okay, so this will be plus 9 pips. Okay, plus 9 pips. That'll be 0, 9. Then this will be an addition sign. Okay, plus 9 pips, that will be 110. Okay, 2 plus 9, that will be 11. So I have 1. Moving forward, I have 7, then 0.110. So my SL is 110.71. So who got it right? Ugochukwu got it right. Okay, so Debbie, yes, it's a plus, Debbie, it's a plus. You can't subtract in 2 ways for take profit and stop loss. No, it's always a plus. Remember, I said when you're buying, your target is above, your loss is below. When you're selling, your target is below, your loss is above. And that is it. We've come to the end of this webinar talking about take profit and stop loss for the past 1 hour and 40 minutes. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you learned a lot. And yes, most people left the webinar without attending to my last poll. So I'll be dropping one more poll um, before we actually. I'll drop in two more polls, okay? Two more polls before we actually, or three, okay? Just as much as I feel like. Okay, so a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Great. Okay, so it's a simple question. So I published the polls and I published the polls. So just two questions. Let's do what to respond to it. And also, if you have questions, please use the questions section. Drop your questions there. I will respond to it immediately. Okay. So we've come to the end of the session, and Chicks, it's a pleasure. 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 Okay, so the polls. Let's do what to respond to the polls. Thank you. And my favorite poll, the only poll I like the most, is so I'm sending in the last poll, but let's just do what to respond to the polls. Like that's the only way you can repay me back. Okay, so let's do what to respond to the polls. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We do this every single time. Create insights for our clients because our clients matters to us the most. Okay, create amazing insights for our clients because our clients matters to us the most. Okay, it's not about being our clients. It's about learning and applying everything you learn in the market. Okay, so I dropped a poll just right now. Let's do what to respond to it. And also, I'm open to questions. Please ask your questions. If you are that person that wants to fund your trading account after the webinar, I'll be dropping my number in the chat box. Message me. I will be giving you a free one-on-one session, one-on-one Zoom session. Okay, you get to steal my brain for 40 minutes. Okay, you get to steal my brain for 40 minutes. I'll give you proper insight into the market, how you can apply every single thing I've been teaching so far on the webinar. Yes, the basics is very important. Very, very important. In the financial markets, you need to understand the basics. Forget the buy side liquidity, the sell side liquidity. It's majorly the basics. When you don't understand the basics, there's nothing you do in the market. You just sit on your hands. Okay, you sit on your hands like a monkey waiting to be given a banana. Okay, which sorry, what promo? The one we did the last time? No, no, no. That was just like I did it out of my own pocket. Okay, I got the marks sent out to all the clients out of my own pocket and out of my own things. Okay, so but if you actually want to fund your trading account after this webinar, I'm dropping my number right now in the chat box. You could message me, and yes, I'll also talk to you and walk you through the Zulu trade. You've got nothing to worry about. You can discuss that with me also. Okay, so if you want to fund a trading account after the webinar, that's my number. You can inbox me. I'll work it. So two persons, okay, two persons. That's great. Cool. Inbox me. I'll give you a one-on-one session also when I confirm that you funded. Okay, and yes, you get to steal my brain for 40 minutes, and we talk about everything generally, the markets, how the markets relates to life, fundamentals. Also, I've not really touched fundamentals on this webinars. Okay, so I'll touch fundamentals and just walk you through it. The process, very, very simple. It's always been simple. Okay, I'm still waiting for questions. Yes, so I'm still on the call. I'm waiting for questions to be asked so I can answer if you've got any. So Adekunle, just message me after the webinar, okay? We could get your LOD sorted on your Zulu, okay? Um, Hope, just message me after the webinar. We'll get you started also. This must be. I don't know Mr. Moses, okay? I don't know Mr. Moses. Before I have no idea who Mr. Moses is. Okay, so Hope, you just need me to walk you through. Debbie, just message me on WhatsApp, okay? We could do this on WhatsApp. Talk about the whole challenges you're facing, possibly your verification and all. Talk about it on WhatsApp. So yes. 1 hour 45 minutes on the call. We've talked about a lot of things. We deviated from the concept of take profit and stop loss. We talked about supercars like Ferrari and my examples and all. Yeah, so that's just it. That's like how everything we do day-to-day activities, you could relate it to the financial markets. The financial market is not difficult. Only those that are planning to monetize it in a major way are making it look difficult. Okay, so just let's do well to stay safe. Let's wash our hands regularly, wear a face mask, and avoid crowded areas. Okay, so thank you for joining the webinar. Thank you so much for spending and sparing me 1 hour 46 minutes of the time. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to EGM. Thank you very much. Do have a lovely day ahead of you. It's just 12. Okay, it's just 12:47. So let's do have a lovely day. Thank you very much.